It took 34 years, multiple states, and following one strand of DNA to close the murder case of Mary Wilfong. This week, 60-year-old Larry Paget was sentenced to life in prison after pleading guilty to her murder.
Reverse genealogy was the missing link in the case that helped the Monroe County Sheriff's Office track down Paget and arrest him last year. Tonight, Cecily Stout takes us down the DNA ladder to explain how they got to this point and why they never gave up.
There was a lot of man hours. There was a lot of other agencies that assisted us.
Back in 1989, Mary Wilfong was found dead off I-75 in Monroe County. She was sexually assaulted and strangled to death. Sheriff Brad Freeman decided to revisit this case after more than 3 decades with no leads.
Because the new technology's out there.
That technology, reverse genealogy, it hasn't been around that long. Investigator Mark Mansfield, who was assigned to the case, said genealogy has made a huge impact and it is a groundbreaking tool to solving cases.
When you see throughout the United States all the cases that have been solved with this type of, now it's not easy, it's not as easy as, there's a lot of work to be done when you do it.
It became a step-by-step process. That started with Wilfong's DNA from the scene of the crime.
We still had a sample, and the sample was intact. It wasn't contaminated, so we traveled down to Florida, took it down there, and got them to analyze it. That takes several months, if not a year.
After a DNA profile was built, they started to narrow down their search until they found a common thread.
The expected to occur in a given population is approximately 1 in 200 quintillion. Okay.
A common distant cousin helped investigators backtrack until they came up with 3 suspects. All brothers, all in Indiana, and all truck drivers. They started to follow their roots.
2 of the brothers were local truck drivers, meaning they never really left the state of Indiana. But the other brother was an over-the-road truck driver, so he would have been in Georgia, or would have had the opportunity to be in Georgia. So that's where we were able to, obtain a search warrant for his DNA and got a match.
Now, Wilfong nor Paget were from Monroe County, but Sheriff Freeman says that doesn't mean they don't investigate.
We just don't work for the citizens of Monroe County. We work for the citizens that happen to be in Monroe County, whether they're traveling or here in business or whatever.
In Monroe County, Cecily Stout, 13 WMAZ News.
Despite the new technology, Sheriff Freeman says the best information is word of mouth. It's important to notify law enforcement if you hear of any information that could help them solve a case.